Hello everybody, this is Gist on TV and I am your host Abiola Kekugbe. You're welcome to the book review section of this wonderful TV program, and also remember that this is day 10. We started on the 1st of isolation and we are gradually coming to an end. So on this day we'll be reviewing another book by another wonderful author. But I am with my co-host as usual,
Michelle Babalola.
How are you doing today?
I'm very fine.
Yeah, I can see.
Yes.
Michelle, welcome to the program today.
Thank you very much.
So we'll be reviewing another book by another author, but please kindly note this is not the hard copy of the book, but rather it is an ebook. So you see us glancing through our phones because it is right on our phone. Thank you. Alright, the book is a book by George Samuel CLASON.
Yes.
And it says the richest man in Babylon. Interesting. The richest man in Babylon.
Yes. Samuel CLASON made us to understand that the richest man in Babylon, Babylon of the ancient world.
Yeah, the ancient world.
Of the 18
no,
is
not
so close.
18.
It's so close. Of that time, that there could be a man that was so rich and was able to pass knowledge to we of these modern times.
Exactly. So the book is about the knowledge that the richest man passed on to the following people around, to his friends, to people of his environment. So we would be glancing through. The name of the richest man in Babylon was Akkad, but he never started out being rich. He was a scribe. And back in the days, though we heard that civilization started from Babylon, scribes that do write on wet clay slabs, and then they'll bake it to make it hard in use. See how strenuous that work was. Then he came across a moneylender, a rich man called Algamish. That was where his life turned around for good. So Algamish was the one who put him through, and he taught him the 3 laws of successfully handling wealth. It doesn't mean you have to start out being big, but from what you have, you could build and acquire wealth. So after getting the wealth that was needed, written in the book, you will get the details once you get a copy of the book. Then Akkad was now the richest. The king now thought that since there is a richest man, so why not let him enrich those around? And he was willing to do that. He had 100 students. Then he taught them the 7 cures for a lame pulse. That is what we'll be looking at today. But amongst others, he taught them the 5 rules of gold and so many others. So many others, ancient wisdom that even in our days is still, they are still useful. In fact, very useful. I have come to realize that actually laws guiding money doesn't change.
It doesn't change at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't change.
It doesn't change.
We keep recycling those laws over and over again just by changing the formats, 1 or 2 formats of
to suit
the modern age.
Yeah, that is it. So the first cure for a lean pulse here is a part of all you earn is yours to keep.
Yes.
Now in the book, Akkad told the people, his students, let's regard to them as a students, that out of everything you earn, no matter how large, no matter how small, make sure you keep 1/10, not less than. It might be more,
but it shouldn't be less than.
It shouldn't be less than 1/10. This 1/10 is to keep for yourself, because every other part of that money goes out. If I earn 100,000, if I pay my rent, if I pay for my what is called card, and if I pay for other expenses, I'm actually giving it out again. Yes. But the one I keep is the one for me.
Yes.
And the second cure is control the expenditure. That is your expenses, yeah?
Yes.
It is your spending. Spend wisely. Don't spend on things that doesn't matter. Don't spend on things that are in vogue now and won't be in vogue later if you want to be rich.
Yes.
Yeah? And the third one is make thy gold multiply.
Yes, it was trying to let us know that for everything you save, you should make sure that you invest in it. Because back in those days, since they were not using money, as of now, they were using on gold. So that's why we have that make your gold multiply. So any gold you have, you invest on the gold so that the gold keeps coming back. Keeps coming back.
So that is investment. The fourth one says guard thy treasures from loss. So don't just make foolish decisions,
yes.
or just jump into any. You hear that, oh, this trade actually pays off, and you
go
just
into it. You must, and you should not be too quick to
yeah.
go into all these get rich schemes, get all these fast,
the Ponzi schemes,
all these Ponzi schemes, so that you get wealth very fast. No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't venture into this kind of things. You should make sure you are very careful in whatever things you're investing your money on, and know the root source of everything.
The fifth cure for a lame person is make thy dwelling a profitable investment. Make thy dwelling own thy home. That brings to mind real estate.
Yeah, real estate.
So even back in the days, the question of real estate, the importance has been there. So fine, we can't all own houses immediately, but work towards it, because real estate, the profit increases over time. It increases. You can't just go wrong with a real estate plan. You can't. If it's not making sense now, years later, like for instance, the house that we live in, when I saw the receipt of the land, my dad bought it for 3,500 naira. Imagine, in Lagos.
Wow.
So look at the cost now. Millions.
Millions, exactly.
So own thy home. Make thy dwelling a profitable investment. Now, the sixth cure says ensure a future income.
You make sure that whatever you are saving is more or less like a kind of pension that you are giving for yourself. Anyway, the modern era has this pension that they give to the let's say these government workers or these company workers or so. They have like this pension, but you on your own, you should have your own personal pension that you are keeping for yourself, separate from that of the government or for your company or whatever business you venture into,
to secure when you won't be able to
work anymore.
And the last and final point says increase thy ability to learn.
Yes.
That is, be teachable. Like we mentioned in some of our books that we reviewed some days back, bringing to mind Leonardo da Vinci. He was teachable. So if you want to acquire wealth, if you want to be rich, ask any of those rich people. I guess they will also tell you the same, that you shouldn't be too big to learn anything that is new. So bring yourself down, because there are some people that have vast knowledge in that subject or that trade or whatever it is you want to venture into more than you. So increase the ability to learn. 7 cures for Olympus. And seriously, I wish we could just go on and on about the content of this book. Ancient wisdom. It is what it is packed
full of the financial wisdom that everybody needs to learn. If such a thing was there during the ancient days, what do we now think would be now? If they were able to apply it at that time, if we apply it now and just brush up with little things that we have, it will be so productive for us.
Exactly. So it will be so productive for us. The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. CLASON. You need to get that book. You really need to. So thank you. We've come to the end of the review for today. Thank you for joining us. We really do appreciate that. We are through with the 10th day and the 10th book review. We are down with 4 more books to go. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being with us through this journey of acquisition of knowledge. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, share, comment, spread the wonderful news, the good news of this channel. We will be reviewing another book tomorrow, but till then, we say stay safe, stay isolated, stay healthy. Alright, and I remain your host, Abiola Akikube, and my co-host,
Michelle Babalola.
Take care.